This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Jesha, Osun State. Here is the nationwide news at 5. First, the headlines. I am Shodunke Opeyemi David. Federal government declares Monday, Tuesday public holiday. Lagos government confirms 50% growth rate in state gross domestic product. Inspector General of Police reads Riot Act to curb hearing officers. The federal government has declared Monday and Tuesday as public holidays to mark this year's Eid celebration. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Aishatu Gogo, made this known in the statement on Friday. He said the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunjiojo, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government and congratulated all Muslims, both home and in diaspora, on this occasion. He called on all Muslims to continue to imbibe the spirit of peace, kindness, and sacrifice. We hear the Ondo commander of Amotekun Corps, Akogun Adetunji Adeleye, has wrapped up plans to deploy no fewer than 1,000 men across the state ahead of the Salah festivity. Adeleye said the Corps members would be deployed around prayer ground and markets to protect lives and property. The Amotekun commander, who came out with this while parading some suspected criminals, said Operation Safe Ground was aimed at flushing out criminals in the state. The Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce says there is the need for Nigeria and businessmen to work on their strength and explore new frontiers. President of the Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce, Ray Atley, came out with this while speaking in Lagos ahead of a scheduled trade mission in the United Kingdom between 24th and 28th of this month. Atley pointed out that the trade mission was critical, particularly at this time when Nigerian economy needed a rebirth.
Apologize. But why this is yourself?
We apologize for that breaking transmission. This is Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Jesha, Osun State. Here is the nationwide news at 5. First, the headlines. I am Shodunke Opeyemi David. The federal government declares Monday, Tuesday public holiday. Lagos State Governor confirms 50% growth rate in state gross domestic product. Inspector General of Police reads riots to act on curbing hearing officers. The federal government has declared Monday and Tuesday as public holidays to mark this year's Eid celebration. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Aishatu Gogo, made this known in a statement on Friday. He said the Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunjiojo, made the declaration on behalf of the federal government and congratulated all Muslims, both at home and in diaspora, on this occasion. He called on all Muslims to continue to imbibe the spirit of peace, kindness, and sacrifice. We hear the Ondo commander of Amotekun Corps, Akogun Adetunji Adeleye, has wrapped up plans to deploy no fewer than 1,000 men across the state ahead of the Salah festivities. Adeleye said the Corps members would be deployed around prayer ground and markets to protect lives and property. The Amotekun commander, who came out with this while parading some suspected criminals, said Operation Safe Ground was aimed at flushing criminals out of the state. The Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce says there is the need for Nigeria and businessmen to work on the strength and explore new frontiers. President of the Nigerian British Chamber of Commerce, Ray Ackley, came out with these while speaking in Lagos ahead of the scheduled trade mission in the United Kingdom between the 24th and 28th of this month. Ackley pointed out that the trade mission was critical, particularly at this time when the Nigerian economy needed a revamp. The Minister of Youth and Development, Dr. Jamila Ibrahim, says artificial intelligence is the key to electoral development of the youth. Ibrahim stated these while unveiling the Niger elections, a generative artificial intelligence, a tool that is developed with the support of the United Kingdom Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office in Abuja. According to one, the Niger Electoral AI-2 marked a new era in which every Nigerian can participate in the electoral process. If there is one thing the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (FCCPC) is not happy with, is the increasing sales of adulterated food in the market. To this effect, it embarked on a one-day sensitization workshop for traders, farmers, and civil society organizations in Nigeria. In an address, the acting executive vice chairman of the commission, Dr. Adamu Abdullahi, noted that the step had to be taken to ensure healthier society. He revealed that the commission had the right to evacuate adulterated and fake products from the market to avoid being purchased by consumers. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu says the gross domestic product (GDP) of Lagos in the last 5 years under his administration had risen by almost 50%, surpassing the size of the GDP of over 40 African countries. According to the governor, the economic prosperity recorded by Lagos State over the last 2 decades has shown the strength and potential which any subnational government can offer in shaping the African government narrative. Governor Sanwo-Olu delivered the closing speech at the ongoing third Afro-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum 2024 in Bahamas, addressed a large range of audience from Africa and the Caribbean countries. Sanwo-Olu noted that with a strong focus on internal revenue generation and strategic partnership with the central government and private investors, the state had demonstrated how a focused leadership at a subnational level could rework a national economy vision to create a sustainable growth pathway for the continent. Nationwide news is reaching you on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikeji Jesha, Osun State. The news will continue shortly. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has read the Riot Act to policemen engaging external forces to lobby for promotion as he vowed to deal with such hearing personnel. Egbetokun gave the warning while speaking in Abuja at the decoration ceremony of a new Deputy Inspector General of Police and 26 other senior police officers. He said the force is a disciplined organization where promotion is based strictly on merit and not through lobbying by influential persons. The Inspector General of Police, while asking the newly promoted officers to always maintain professionalism, urged all officers and men of the force to remain committed to their duties in order to benefit from the transparent promotion exercise under his administration. President Bola Tinubu says he will approve what is avoided as the new minimum wage, alerting the National Assembly to accept his memorandum of final settlement. President Tinubu said that the amount to be forwarded to the National Assembly would be such that Nigeria can afford it. It will be recalled that the end of negotiation of the minimum wage last Friday, the federal government, team alongside the organized private sector (OPS), has slightly increased the offer to 62,000 from the initial 60,000, while the organized labor also refused its demand from 494,000 naira to 250,000 naira. The federal government says it is reviewing the National Environmental Permitting and Licensing System regulation. The move is to enable it to take a second look at areas of gaps in trending and emerging environmental issues. This piece of information was made public by the Director General of the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, Dr. Innocent Bariko, while speaking in Abuja. Dr. Bariko noted that the move would strengthen environmental laws and also improve air quality and environmental conservation. He said the permit had helped the agency to achieve its mandate, but some gaps were identified, hence the need to review the regulation. A federal high court sitting in Kano has ordered the state government to pay a sum of 10,000 naira as damage to the disposed Emir Aminu Ado for violating his fundamental right. The court also ordered the Kano state government to ensure that the disposed emir's right to movement and personal liberty was not hampered. In his ruling, Justice Amobeda noted that the court has the duty to protect the right of every citizen, but the protection cannot be done in a vacuum. The court also ordered all respondents, including the police, to refrain from arresting or harassing Alhaji Ado Bayero. You would recall that the emir was disposed on the 23rd of May by Governor Abba Yusuf and given 48 hours to vacate his office. Just before we go, a quick look at the major highlights of the news. The federal government has declared Monday and Tuesday as public holidays to mark this year's Eid celebration. We also told you that the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, says the gross domestic product (GDP) of Lagos in the last 5 years under his administration had risen by almost 50%, surpassing the size of the GDP over over 40 countries in Africa. You also heard that the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has read the riot act to policemen engaging external forces to lobby for promotion as he vowed to deal with such hearing personnel. That was the nationwide news. Came to you on Vicinity 95.3 FM, Ikejile, Ijesha, Osun State. Thank you for listening. On behalf of the news production supervisor, Whitson Akpabio, I am Shodunke Opeyemi David, asking you to stay tuned.